Hello my beautiful jewels and welcome back to my channel. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted a creepy, scary story or pretty much the whole story of what happened of my car accident. And you guys picked the car accident, but don't worry, for those of you who wanted to hear the creepy / scary story, the next story time will be that. I mean, after I'm done with this story and you guys know like pretty much everything, you will understand why I do certain things or say certain things or just anything like that. Me, Diamond, and Tony, I was getting ready to open because I was opening that day for my job. My mom had already left 30 minutes earlier to take Jade to school. Probably another 30 minutes went by and we were finally done getting ready and we were taking off from the house. And this house is in Hakamba. It was about 8:45 when we left and we were just cruising and all that. There's no cars around us, there's no cars behind us or in front of us that we saw. We went over the little bridge and there was it was some kind of truck. I can't remember the color or anything. He was quite 5 car lanes away from us. We thought we were good, obviously didn't pay any attention to it. Also, this is when we had barely bought Coco, Cowboy, and Little Mama 2 weeks before, or yeah, 2 weeks before this happened. So they were in the car with us because they were still little puppies. In the back seat with me, I was sitting behind the driver, and then Tony was driving and Diamond was on the passenger side. And then further up the road, there's a junction, so pretty much where they tow cars and all that stuff. So there's a far enough dirt thing where cars can, pull off to the side, stop if they need to, and not have to worry about cars hitting them or anything. We see the truck pull off to the side, and by that time, we're 3 car lengths behind him. He turns off, us thinking he was gonna stop, like most cars would. He goes off to the side, makes a U-turn right in front of us, literally didn't even look our way. So here's us, he pulled off here, and by the time we were literally right there, he decides to turn, and Tony goes into the other lane to try to avoid hitting him, but there was no way we could avoid it because the truck is fucking long. So Tony reared off like this, and which made us hit his front left tire. We go doing a 180 spin facing the other way coming back to Hakamba, and this guy and stopped like that, pretty much in both lanes kinda. There was milliseconds to react, to try and save yourself or brace for it. I honestly don't know what was going through my head. I knew we were going to hit. I didn't think it was going to be that hard. The loud just crashing sound, it gives me the chills thinking about it. It just completely caught me off guard because you're in the back seat, you're not paying attention to what's going on because that's the driver's side and kind of the passenger's thing to do. By the time I looked up is when we made impact, and so I had no time to brace myself, no time for any kind of reaction. Tony gets out of the car first. Diamond tries to get out of the passenger side, but Tony pulled her out of the window because the window had broke. The puppies, Jesus, they were in their carrier that we had for them. They were kind of all stiff like that, and they crapped themselves, obviously. I told Diamond to grab the puppies out of the car, and then I tried to get out of the car. I unbuckled myself, tried to lift myself up from the back of the seat, from leaning back because I was I was kind of slumped like this. I tried getting up. I couldn't get up. It hurt so bad. So I just thought my entire left side was broken. I was expecting at least some broken ribs or cracked ribs or something. At this point, I'm starting to cry in pain because I've never ever felt pain like that before. I've never broken a bone in my entire life. So to feel that kind of pain, it was just, oh my gosh, it was unbearable. Tony actually went to the guy and asked him if he was okay. And all the fucking guy said was, "Dude, my fucking truck." So it didn't take long for the sheriff to pull up, and thank God The sheriff that pulled up was my mom's friend's husband. So we knew him, obviously. Just mind you, I'm like this the entire time, and I'm like, the sun is beaming on me. I'm wearing a black t-shirt, and I'm just like getting burned, and like right here was burning really bad. He asked me what happened, asked me if I blacked out at any time, and I said no, and I knew, like I told him exactly what happened. About 10 group of guys that was working at SDG&E across at the junction, at the junkyard. Tony asked if any of them saw what happened, and none of them did. They just heard the big crash and like came out. My friend that I was going to school with, mom pulled up, and she saw, like, you know, she saw the scene, and I guess she recognized Tony's car, and she came up to me and was asking me if I was okay or what I needed or anything like that, and I just asked her for water. And plus my ears are fucking ringing like a bitch. Like, oh my god, I hate that. Then the paramedic showed up a little bit after her, and one of the guys came up to me and started asking me what I felt, what was hurting, what was wrong, pretty much. And I told him, I don't know, all this side hurts, and I can't move, I can't get out of the car. The whole time I'm like scared that I'm gonna get hit again, because, or that the car is gonna catch fire or something, because I'm stuck in a car, I can't move by myself, I don't know what's wrong with me. And people speed fucking ass on that road. So I didn't know what to expect, but I just expected it. And like during all this time, Tony called my mom. I think she was barely leaving the school from dropping off Jade, and I think she was supposed to go to town. She came like as soon as possible and probably got there within 15 minutes maybe, and it's like a 30-minute drive to get there, to get from Hakumba to school. And so I was talking to the paramedic, and he told me to just, you know, stay there. And then my mom shows up, and she comes running up to me, and she's asking me why I'm still in the car. I'm like, I can't get up, I don't have like any strength to get myself up and get out of the car. She asked me why the ambulance didn't take me. I said if I can get out, I can admit myself into the hospital without taking the ambulance. My mom tried to help me out of the car. And so I was like this, and she grabbed my arm and barely pulled me this way. And you guys, I shit you not, I start bawling my fucking eyes out because it hurt so bad, and I had no strength to lift myself up. She's like, no, they have to get you have to go on the ambulance. 2 guys come with the gurney, and both of them had to help me up out of the car and onto the gurney. That hurt so bad to stand straight up. Like, I wasn't even standing straight up, I was standing like hunched over, like a hunchback. Riding in an ambulance is fucking hell. The ride was bumpy as shit. Like, literally every crack in the road you felt. We got stuck in traffic right there, like right almost in front of the hospital. Plus, the fucking ambulance almost gets hit by another fucking car. A couple of the nurses and the ambulance helped me into the hospital bed, so they had a sheet under me, and they lifted me up and put me on the bed. And I cried. You guys, I'm crying this entire time. My dad shows up. Him and Diamond were with me. Dad was just standing there next to me and holding my hand. My mom showed up. She had picked up Jade from school. I believe Tony showed up with my mom. And then Tony's family showed up. My mom went to take Diamond and checked her into the emergency room just to make sure, like, you know, nothing was wrong with her or anything like that. And Tony's parents went and checked him in to get evaluated and all that stuff. Nurses come to to undress me, put me in the gown, lifted up my arms. You guys, I kid you not, I could not do shit. Like, me explaining it doesn't show how in pain I was and how hard it was to do anything. My dad was like, here, do you want me to take this off? And he's like, 'cause it's all in the scab, because I had a seat belt burn on my neck, and I do have a little scar from it. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It was a pretty bad burn. Like, it was a burn cut thing. And so my dad took it off and was all like crusted in there. Like, oh fuck. And the nurses noticed when they took off my bra that I had a burn slash cut under my right boob. When they took off my pants, shit, they saw my entire waistline bruised and cut. I looked like I was almost fucking beat to death. I didn't know how bad any of it looked until I was released from the hospital. Took me to MRI, CAT scan, x-ray, the whole fucking shebang, you know. After I was done with all the testing, we were finally at that downtime where we were waiting for the results. My mom came back and I asked her if she could try and get a hold of Joseph. She said, I don't want you to freak out or don't worry or anything. Sapphire, Diamond, Tony got in a car accident early this morning and we're here at Sharp Memorial. She's doing okay. She's just in a lot of pain. If he wants to come by and see me, he can. He got off at work at 3:30. Because a little bit after that, he showed up. Came up to me, tearing up a little bit because, you know, I don't want him to see me hurt like that and all of that kind of stuff. It's so cute because he came up and was like really gentle and like, you know, didn't want to touch me, and he came up and like gave me the lightest kiss ever. And I told him, you know, like just what hurt and that we were still waiting for the results to come back. He was only able to stay for a little bit because, you know, he was carpooling with his brother and his brother, you know, wanted to get home and all that kind of stuff like that. The doctor finally came in and said they got the results. He said it was compressed fractured vertebrae. I was in shock because it didn't feel like my back, because my back wasn't the one hurting. It was my shoulders, my ribs. They showed us the x-ray. The guy said another person is supposed to come and custom fit a back brace for me. And you guys, I shit you not, when they had to put that back brace on me, I was crying again. This is a front. It sat like this, so this part was under my boobs and this part up here. So pretty much sat like that. Back part on my entire back, and then it has these Velcro thingies, so I put it as tight. They wanted me to keep it as tight as possible, so it had to be pretty fucking snug. It's like wearing a full-time waist trainer. I shit you not. For the first 2 months after the accident, I couldn't walk by myself, I couldn't shower myself, I couldn't wipe my own ass when I pissed or shit, I couldn't get dressed. I was pretty much like a baby again. My mom had to help me with everything. It was fucking embarrassing. I never wanted to go out. I just wanted to stay in my grandma's house. I didn't want anybody to see me. I didn't want to do anything. I really can't explain the pain. I can't explain it. It's honestly, you're not gonna understand what I went through or how anything was unless you actually go through it yourself. I don't wish that on anybody, like not even on my worst enemy. Like, that's how bad it was. It was a journey. I had to stay in my back brace for 6 months, wear it 24/7. The only time I took it off was to shower. Which is also why I'm trying to lose weight and going to the gym and all that, because I gained about 40 to 45 pounds because I couldn't do jack shit. And so even now, I still have restrictions. There's still some things I can't do, but I have to do anyway. I still haven't been able to go to therapy. It's already been a year and a half since the accidents happened. Right now, my back is hurting. I can't sit for a very long time. I can't stand for a long time because my back hurts. I can't fucking do shit. I'm not living a normal life right now because I have so many limitations and I can't do so many things because of my back. I hope this video wasn't too long for you guys. I hope you didn't get bored of me. Thank you guys again so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment on any of my videos. Send me any recommendations. My social media is always down in the description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!